Greetings, my name is Antoinette Heals Her Breast, and I come from Lake Elsinore, California. So my testimony today is about, I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2021, and I had a tumor that I didn't do any surgery, I didn't do any chemo, and I didn't do any radiation. And I was able to shrink the tumor mostly down, but for some reason there was still like a sizable lump that you could feel. So I wanted to find out, I went to the Conscious Life Expo and I wanted to find out, like, how can I find out and determine if I had cancer or not, or what was going on with inside of my body, because every time that I went to the doctors, they would just tell me, it's like, well, what do you want me to tell you? Your tumor's growing, or this is happening, or that is happening. And I'm like, no, I know that there's another way that we can do this. There has to be a simpler and an easier way that you can heal without having to do surgery, chemo, or radiation. And we just have to figure out what those pieces to the puzzle are. So when I got to the Conscious Life Expo, someone told me, they're like, oh, get your blood tested, at over there. It's like they can tell you right away. I'm like, what? Inside of an expo, I could sit there and just kind of get a live blood analysis, and they can let me know what's happening with my body. So that day I got my first scan, and that's when he had showed me I had, he said I had the Lyme, I had massive parasites. And it wasn't even just like a little bit of parasites, it was a lot of parasites. And then he pointed out a huge parasite. And then that was what was wreaking havoc on my health. At the time, I was like, well, let me figure out what I can do. And he said, come up. And I was like, all right, well, come up, and what is it that you do? I don't even really know. So what happened was I came up here because I had to drive far. I came and I just kind of witnessed them the very first evening. And the very first evening, or that evening, I noticed that there was a group of people that were there for healing. And I wasn't really sure what was going on, but then they kind of explained, some things as they went along. So it's kind of like a community group type of healing. The next day, we started to do all kinds of detoxing treatments, from detox baths to ozone to hyperbaric chamber, I think it's HBOT, and the red light therapy, and then he has some anti-parasitic things, that worked for the whole entire body. But what I had found out was, and then after that, he gave me something and he lasered my tumor, the tumor that was there. I was like, I've got, it's still here. I shrunk it down, but for some reason, what's going on with here, and I didn't know what's going on. So he lasered my tumor. And I had all the girls feel it, because at the time it felt like my finger was just, like how it had moved, or it felt like a finger, and you could definitely feel it kind of protruding. And so I had the other women feel it. I said, okay, after he lasered me the first night, I was like, it went down, it went down so much. I figured it was like 50 or 70 something percent that type of, had like went away. After the second time when he lasered me, it was even smaller, because I was saying, when I had the other girls come in, the other girls who were also being treated, I said, feel the lump, what are you feeling? So they all felt it, and it was feeling like maybe about this size then, so he had already gone. I was so excited, because I'm like, how do you go from there down to there? Next thing you know, he lasers me again, so like I said, this is only the second time, and then I can feel it. He's like, well, how's it now? It's just going down, it's going down. It's like you can barely even feel it. It's like a small percentage. I would sit there and say maybe it's probably about 3% left. You'd have to really push down. So that's why I'm really excited about going to get my ultrasound scans, and you're showing the docs. It's like, I got what exactly? Tell me what's going on now. Tell me the truth, because they were not telling me the truth about how that we can, that any other type of healing could possibly work. They were absolutely flat out against it. but I did not want to cut it out. I did not want to do the chemo. I did not want to do the radiation, and I didn't see many women surviving from those harsh treatments, and I didn't see people coming out healthier after these treatments. I've only heard about, how their organs and other parts and all the side effects. And at least here, I've got no side effects, nothing. I mean, I've got energy. I've always had energy anyway, but I just wasn't sure. I was like, I need this lump gone. And that was the proof that I needed, is like to be able to put my hand down there and say like, what cancer, what lump, what tumor, so I'm super excited about learning more and how we can help more people, because I think more people need to learn about quantum medicine and how it works for you. I think, coming into a healing environment where people are family, it's the spirit of Ubuntu, the way that they come and serve each other. We're all here to be healed, and we're all healing at the same time. So whatever anybody else is going through, we're just like, it was so supportive. I've met a new family now. I have a new family that I can add to my family as far as this community and this healing is going. So that's just part of my testimony. I know I'm going to have more, and I just can't wait to share to the rest of the world. So thank you, Stan. You are the man.